Snug Life is all about the conversations that you have in the pub.
We can talk about bullshit things. We can talk about serious things.
3 childhood friends spread across 3 different continents now.
Snug is a home away from home.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Snug. You're here with Sean, who's called in from Florida. We've got Tomo in Dublin and myself in Sydney, back home again. Thanks everybody for all the messages last week about Dial a Priest. We got some interesting feedback. I don't think anybody will be coming to our our places for Christmas dinner now after the comments around the nuclear chicken, but no, it was really good to get them. So yeah, keep them coming.
My girlfriend mentioned the old podcast episode that she hopes to God my mum never hears because of the Dial a Priest piss take and sexy priests in your local area. So yeah, I got a bit of feedback on that too.
You might get Nora and read a blacklisted, lads.
Absolutely, blaspheming.
It's right at the end of the app, so I doubt either of them would last the whole episode.
Not at all. Blaspheming across the airwaves. Yeah, that's why it was left till the end. I'd be asleep by then.
Blaspheming across the airways. Yeah, no, good fun though. We probably just want to say, if you're listening, make sure to like and subscribe. A little 5-star rating.
Do we have an Instagram now?
Doesn't hurt.
We do have an Instagram. It's Snug Life Podcast. We're using this new recording setup that Gaz has, where it has video with the audio. So that's new to us. And last week we didn't realise maybe that there was a video going on at the same time. So when we look back at our clips, myself and Sean were both in our dressing gowns looking, particularly, I don't want to, Sean, actually, you looked fine, and Gaz, you look great. I looked very dishevelled. Dragged through a bush backwards, kind of dishevelled. But look, it's an audio podcast. We're moving into new territories. We'll get hair and makeup in soon. Until then.
They couldn't see your Star Wars slippers. It's okay.
A definite old Rita Christmas gift hanging around.
Nailed it.
How were your weeks, boys? Sean, anything interesting happened to you at all?
Not that much. Obviously, Trump and the Irish election. And then amidst all of that, I saw this banana artwork.
Hey, you mentioned about this, but to be honest, actually don't have
a wall.
It was duct taped to a wall, and it was. I sadly watched the whole auction. Quite interesting. It was on YouTube, and it starts off. I want to say it started off at about $1 million, or under $1 million.
Just a banana, regular banana, duct taped to a wall.
I've not looked into whether it's a real banana. I doubt it. I think it's a piece of art, because the banana wasn't going rotten in any way, shape, or form. But you can watch this entire auction, and it starts sub $1 million, and it ends up selling for like $6 million US. $6 million for a piece of art that looks like absolute shit. And you just wonder to yourself, what the fuck is going on in the world? My guess is it's to do with like tax evasion.
So I actually watched if it was Jay-Z, I think. So Jay-Z's a massive art fan, and it was him talking about his love of art and what he's buying and selling, and then it was like a talking head basically explaining what's actually happening. So they go and buy the art for $5 million. They go to a valuer who revalues it at $15 million, and then they donate it to charity and get a $15 million tax write-off for the $5 million that they spent.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So you're right, Sean. It is actually tax evasion.
That is smart. It had to be, right? I'd be afraid to get into that world. We would be absolutely played.
Well, yeah.
We would have a clue what we're on about. And imagine you're left with the banana. They told me it was a great deal.
It was a piece. Told me it was a classic.
3 Irish losers absolutely taken to the cleaners.
Is it a post-art statement, post-traditional art, and it's like, even this can be art? Ugh. You know, it's so full of its own shit. But
have a little Google of it there if you can.
Yeah, hold on. Banana art. Oh, here it is. It's a fine looking banana, to be fair, and like the shading is
don't get
great.
me wrong, it's perfect. It is perfect. If you thought of a banana duct taped to a wall, that's as good as it gets.
Exactly where I would have put the duct tape and everything. So I don't know, Sean. How much?
So how was your week, Tomo? Anything interesting?
Yeah, my week was great, guys. Went for a little swim there yesterday. Bit of a shocker, actually. I was swimming down the lanes, and I don't know if you are in the pool very often, but there was a group of like elderly ladies doing gymnastics, like the water gymnastics in a big lane, and they're all
Yeah.
and they have tunes on like "Take Me Home, Country Roads," and they're all, "Oh, Nuala, this is great," and they're all having the crack. But anyway, I come by, and to my disgust, there's a warm front coming through the water. Now, I didn't see anything, but the water got so warm as I'm swimming by this group, and I'm going, oh no. So I swiftly left the pool. It was horrific, lads.
Coming from the aerobic dancers.
Well, where else? There was no one else in the pool and I'm going by,
no.
and you're immediately now, look, I don't mean to point fingers, but it was definitely the L ones.
That's one of the reasons why I don't swim. That's one of, the swimming, the whole experience in the chlorine water, and
you know what? You complain about chlorine a lot, but in that moment,
it's helpful in a situation like that. I can imagine.
Very glad for chlorine
But
sterilization.
it makes you so aware of what you're swimming in, right? It's this shared.
I had to get out. I'm not I don't worry about the pool at all, but I really did in that moment. I never think about it.
How warm are we talking, Tomo?
It wasn't like a cup of tea or anything, but we're talking pretty warm.
Shift. Definite temperature shift.
A massive temperature shift in a very quick amount of time. And they're doing jumping jacks at this point. I know what's after happening.
Oh, good.
Poor El Nuala. Similar enough, we used to work in the summer camps in the leisure centre, and the kids used to go into the swimming pool at lunchtime, and we used to take shifts. So some would be standing around the outside of the pool, some would be in the pool, because there's loads of kids in there. So you just needed people everywhere in case any kid was having a bit of a struggle. Anyway, we came to figure out that at least once every 2 weeks we'd have what was called a code brown. Where a demon floater would be identified. Basically, it would be so scary and funny because all you'd hear from the supervisor on the outside of the pool is "Code Brown, Code Brown, Code Brown," right? And that was just word for every leader in the water to get the fuck out of the water, but you didn't know where it was. You'd be pumping, throwing kids out of it. Get out of the way. Let them help themselves.
You have a little retractable deep fat fryer basket to scoop it up.
Yeah. The professional lifeguard had the fishing rod to get it out.
What is he using as bait?
So it was Code Brown, everybody out, and you didn't know where it was, and you were just you could come across it and no.
I hated it.
There's a shark in the water.
Yeah, that's what it was like. It was literally shark in the water.
I had some terrible code brown at the swimming pool with the young ones once because they couldn't dress themselves. You'd have to go in and they'd be coming out with trousers on backwards, no socks on their hands. It was just chaos. And I remember one of the young lads left a surprise in the urinal.
Oh, and
the creativity was impressive.
Let Mr. O'Leary deal with that one.
Little did they know my lack of give a shit. I was just well, not my problem. It's the end of the day. Everyone out. Your parents are waiting for you.
Off home to fry a few beans. Not his problem.
Any crack with you this week?
Yeah, had a bit of a nightmare there. I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but when it's a series of unfortunate events, just all these small things build to this catastrophe. Mm-hmm. So we ordered a couch. Didn't realise couches took forever to come, but they do. And we were rearranging the sitting room to accommodate the couch.
By the way.
Oh, thanks on the new couch. Rearranging the whole sitting room and trying to figure it out. Not a big room, big couch, trying to get it in. And moved the TV cabinet to a different side of the room. It's stinking hot here at the moment, so we had all the windows open, fly screens taken out to let breeze through because we were pushing and pulling furniture around the place, so we're all sweating. And anyway, I get this phone call from Julie to be oh, come on down, I'm getting lunch. I says, right, I'll pop down. Literally, as I'm sitting there having this burger, this freak thunderstorm hits, and I mean freak. Inches of water in about 30 minutes. Streets are just flooding, but not thinking anything of it because why would I? I come back to the house and I realise the biggest window left as open as it possibly can right behind the TV. And I just look at the TV and there's just water running through it. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Because, like, not only had we just moved it, we'd opened the window, which we've never really opened in this room before. It did have a fly grating on it, which would have, like, blocked all the rain or slowed it down. It wouldn't have made it to the TV. We'd pulled that out to let the breeze through.
That's terrible.
Julie had said it to me when I opened the window. We make sure that we keep that window closed all the time, just with rain. And I'm like, yeah, that makes total sense. Like,
so wait, you're solely responsible for the window being not to.
So that's absolutely all me. No, all me. It would be easier if I could blame someone else.
Just gets me because you made a conscious decision to have a positive effect on the day. And if you hadn't have, you wouldn't have had the big problem at the end.
No.
Does that help? Does that make you feel better?
No, not at all.
Sean's a great agony hand.
It's just, that's what kills me. That's why I feel so bad for you.
Oh, I know.
He's like, I usually don't open this because of the rain, but I'm making a priority here because it's so hot. We're going to open it. There's no rain inside. And then still got screwed.
But yeah, like, had any of those things been different, or had I just listened to Julie when she said, yeah, we should close this now when the
is this another case of men listen to your women? Is this another?
This is exactly, men listen to your women.
I think we could almost make a weekly section out of men listen to your women with different
Seems
stories
to be a common
that we.
theme.
Yeah, right. Oh, this other mistake I made that my girlfriend taught me about in advance.
I'm giving it a good hairdryer. It's probably got a 2% chance, but
how much rice do you have, and how big is the TV?
I'll fix it.
I'll fix it.
And then you'll be on the phone with customer support. I assume you took out the care plan. And Julie's like, we should probably take out the insurance. Nah.
Suckers. Only suckers do that.
Funny story. Julie came to me about 2 years ago and was like, we need contents insurance. I was like, no, we don't.
I don't believe in that.
Anyway, what's the first thing I asked her yesterday when the TV was soaked? Did we ever take out that contents insurance? She goes, no, you told me not to, you ham.
She's so right. Ham is the perfect description as well.
Then I'm immediately doing the mental arithmetic to be like, well, how much did that cost per month?
Yeah,
did I save money here? Like, no, we didn't take it out, and no, I don't think I saved money. So,
Tomo, did you notice it turned into a we? We didn't take it out.
No, we didn't take it out. We made a decision together.
You did not take it out.
As a couple, we decided. We had a discussion.
We listened to Gary's logic. Gary's
God.
stupid fucking logic.
Love that.
Oh, it's very funny.
I know it's not new news, so forgive me. I just saw it on my Instagram.
Newfangled.
Because I've been Googling places to get a good pint of Guinness in Florida. So now my cookies are set to Guinness. And up comes on Instagram this Nitro Surge thing, which I've never tried. And I just think, fuck off, Guinness. Like, give me a break. I'm not sold.
Yeah.
What is it?
So have you not used it, Gaz? Oh, it swept the nation.
It hasn't
here
broke the
during COVID.
Australian market.
Wait, sorry, so neither of you were here during COVID. So obviously, so COVID, and to be fair to them, they really pounced at the right moment. No one could get their creamy, delicious pints in the pub anymore. So you're like, there's a gap here. And they must have been working on the technology already, because they had it out like that. And all of a sudden you have this little nozzle goes on the top. Gaz, you're familiar with it, right? Or do I need to describe it for our
I'm
listeners?
I'm Googling it here.
It's like a little attachment that goes on the top of your can, and there's a little spout on it. You hit a button. To be honest, what that button's doing, I don't know. But it filters through and it comes out. And I would say that aesthetically the pint is better. Does it hold? I'd say the first few sips, great. Like maybe a little better. But the rest of it is just like a can, I think. But it's marketed.
It's a different can. You have to get a special can.
And it's a more expensive can.
Oh my God, what a route.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's absolute pony, but there is a thing there about the aesthetic being part of the package, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't actually taste any different, it just looks different, that's part of the pouring process. And you're like, I guess it's makes some sense.
Yeah. Some people I think would go for anything if they believe and trust that brand.
Yeah.
And like, Apple can come out with like AirPods that cost like 250 quid, but they sync better with the phone. So we get it. I think brands, when you think of all these people in marketing, I'm sorry for our listeners that are in marketing, but if you think about it, sitting around a boardroom for months to come up with some shift in a brand that none of us even fucking notice.
It did take us a while to get to Snug Life, though.
That's true.
We could, to be fair, our marketing department.
We could have done with a marketing.
Was lacking when we were trying to brand this.
Sorry, you're actually making a really good point. It just came to me.
No, it's true.
It took us how many months?
Only 4. 3, whatever, 2. I can't remember.
For you, you're right, Sean. But okay, for me, I don't know if I'm different, but like my loyalty doesn't come so much from the brand. Like as long as it's performing, like the Apple thing, like the ecosystem and the way it all works together, that's what I'm there for. I don't give a fuck that they're all white or whatever. Guinness though, like that whole thing looks like a bit of a gimmick. Now,
it is. No, it
like
certainly
I think
is.
Is there an element of people like wanting to be part of the gimmick? Like, is it a bit of like fad culture that you don't want to be in work on the Monday, not being able to talk about how your Nitro Surge can tasted or something? Like you'd be a bit left out because you didn't spend €6 on the hard to wash contraption.
To be honest, I would be very suspect of people still using it, because if you're still doing it, man, when there's regular points available, I don't know. I'm not sold.
Yeah, I think you know, like the thing with Conor McGregor, and now everyone's ditching the brands that he's associated with. So I guess there's, brand loyalty in a different way where you can actually turn your back on a brand because of something like that.
On that, I heard he was dropped from Proper 12. Now, look, I'm happy that all this has happened, because I think we all are. Fucking guy's a shocker. But I heard Proper 12 dropped him, and I thought that he owned Proper 12.
He sold out, but he was still, I think part of the deal was that he was still like face of the brands. Imagine that. It's like the banana. You end up with the $6 million banana on the wall, the same as you get left with Proper 12 brand of whiskey, which is like Bushmills reject. Wow. And now you don't have the brand machine that's McGregor behind you. Who is buying Proper 12?
They're so screwed, whoever.
Investment.
Right.
Oh my God. Proper 12 is the banana on the wall.
It's the banana on the wall. That's amazing, John. That link.
That is so good. Speaking of fads, right?
Love that.
I was in a boozer the other day, and I shit you not, this like 28-year-old man zipped past me. He was wearing a pair of Heelys. Remember those shoes with
That's
the wheels and the
from
heels?
The past right there.
That the kids used to rock?
Wow.
And he fucking zipped past me, beat me to the bar,
Oh,
had his order in,
Wait,
and then
back
just
with his
zipped
pints?
away. And then he zipped back with his pints. Man, this dude was zipping everywhere. He beat everyone to the toilet. He beat everyone back to the table to get the seats.
He's even heeling into fucking pissy toilet floors.
This fella looked like an experienced heelier. Like, I think he knew he could handle most conditions.
There are some things that grown adults just shouldn't be doing. Heelys is one of them. Like those snake boards. Like, no.
I wouldn't
Segways,
say
no.
no. I always think of Heelys being like future shoes. You're like, oh, everybody will just use them eventually when they come out, like mini discs. The trap I fell into, and then you're on the fucking wave. You spend all your confirmation money on the fucking mini disc player, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Like the Heelys are, they're just like.
Do you remember trying them on, or else I went into the shop thinking I need to jump on this fad quick before I get bullied because I'm getting around the old-fashioned
You need
way.
to be able to talk about your Guinness Nitro Surge can in school on the Monday.
Sorry, I still going back though, I can't get over the gumption of the man to not only go to the bar but come back holding pints and then scoot on into the pissy toilet in his heels.
What do you mean gumption, Tomo? He made a fool of everyone. He zipped by me, beat me. He beat the fellas to the jacks. Beat he had a group of people he was with that were ordering around. He was first back, got the best seat. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I remember trying them on. They're not fit for purpose for walking. Okay, they're great at gliding.
Okay, yeah. This is where I kind of wanted to get to, right? If every pair of shoes you bought had this capability and you could just click your heels, and all of a sudden you're in a little pair of Heelys, and you like say you're looking at a big hill and you got your shopping in your hands. Would you not just click them on? Say, can I click them on, zip down that hill real quick?
Of course.
Of course I would.
Exactly, right?
Well,
exactly.
depending on my confidence in the Heelys. Well, I thought, guys, you were going to say, what if government legislature, we decide as a country that from tomorrow we're going to learn the Healy way, and productivity will eventually go up. Like, this is the kind of stuff I wanted to see in the election, but I didn't see anybody with these kind of policies.
The Healy manifesto.
No, didn't hear anyone talking about this.
It's a positive mindset then. It's always downhill rolling.
Just rolling, baby.
It's a way of life.
Oh, for sure.
Think about mass, right? Taking it back to last week, right? You're queuing up for communion. Not anymore.
Not
you just
anymore.
have like an automated communion
Just
dispenser,
scoot
and everyone
by.
just zips by. Just pew, 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 pew.
It's like discus.
Like everything will go
It's
quick.
like shot put.
Yeah.
Or, what's it? Pull!
Right?
What's that called again?
You have to catch it in your mouth.
We're shooting the clay pigeons.
Clay pigeon shooting. Thank you. Not fucking, I had the wrong.
Newell and the girls wouldn't need their water aerobics anymore because they'd be all so fit from healing around the gaff. We're going to get our marketing department on this, Sean. Sean's marketing department
Sean's
that
got some work to
he
do.
won't hire because he's offended them all.
I think we need to get a very prominent Healy, like Michael Healy Ray or someone that, from the Healy community that can be the spokesperson for this, Michael Healy Ray for a Michael Healy Day. That's it. Away you go. Cut to ad break.
So, Tom, I remember years ago you were giving me shit, and probably rightly so, about all the vitamins I used to take. Oh shit, guys! I got you onto a subscription of vitamins.
You tricked me.
Oh, so you joined the Vitamin Brotherhood of Sean.
We were in New Zealand at a wedding and we had a couple of days on it, and Sean pulls out this magic pouch of powder, the vitamin. Yes. Not a narcotic. And we took it, and I was like, I actually feel better. Now, I think I just felt better for the simple act of looking after myself, like that I was doing something good for myself. But yeah, came home, I was like, right, I'll give it a trial, and I did it. I don't know why I'm still subscribed, but it keeps coming. I keep taking it.
Because it's green. So, Tomo, this stuff comes out, it looks terrible. So it's already getting your mind thinking it's a potion.
Yeah,
And
there's a reverse thing going on. It looks so bad that it has to be good for you.
does everyone fall for that? I think when you're in your 30s, you become like obsessed with, you're on that bridge of, I'm not old, but I'm not young either.
Well, I'm not a vitaminer. I do take vitamin D, I was told to, but otherwise, nah.
I was told to. So if we tell Tomo to, he'll do it.
Somebody put a gun to your head, Tomo, did
No,
they?
it was a medical professional. That was my general practitioner, but yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is prescribed.
It's prescribed. That's it. Someone told me. But like, I always think about how we get into this in the 30s and how you just, like, do your knees get really sore? Like, if I leave my knees straight for too long, or if I'm on the couch and I'm watching something and my legs are fully straight, getting those knees to bend again, lads. I need some fucking oil on there.
Man, yes. So right.
Squeaky fucking joints. I need to really, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? Why is that so sore? I just have it straight for a while. Like, my legs can't go straight to bent anymore without being sore.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then you have to keep them fully bent for the same amount of time. It's like if you get spun around to the left, to not be dizzy, you have to be spun around to the right again. You have to counterbalance your life constantly.
If I sit in the same position doing anything, I'll get pins and needles somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And I'm noticing if I just wake up in the middle of the night, if my arm is resting on me, a lot of time I wake up, my whole arm is numb because the wrist has been, and am I just like old? And I'm like,
dead.
Am I having a heart attack?
Yeah,
Dead. Okay,
it takes 10 minutes to get out of bed now. It literally takes 10 minutes. And like,
Well,
God help you if you
35.
did like a long run or something the day before. Then it's 15 minutes.
But at least you have an excuse, guys. If you've exercised, you can always turn that into a positive.
fine.
Oh, it's a
for
good
yourself.
pain. It's
Yeah,
a good
it's
pain.
a good pain.
Yeah. You're telling the missus, yeah, back sore.
Lads, I had loads of others here, though. Like, how often do you trim your ears? Because I noticed it was something, I had to kind of start doing once every 2 or 3 months. And then all of a sudden it's once a month, and now it's once every 2 weeks. And I'm 35. By the time I'm 40, there's a good chance that I'm going to be doing these every second day. And there's going to be a point when I stop caring. And that's how you see those old men down the pub. And they have the big, the ears that are almost in your pint. The hair's so long. I don't want to be that man. But how often do you even need to shave your ears? Are you at that stage in your life?
No. I'm a hairless wonder. Like I've
nose? A lot of people get that.
No, to trim the nose hairs.
I don't get
and then
the
the
nose.
eyebrows go a bit mad the odd time. But
back?
That's,
Gaz seems to be shaving a lot more places than he alluded to in the offset.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah.
I'm completely hairless, but I do that. I do my eyebrows too.
No, but like, Tomo, you're like 90% hair. Like, if you took your clothes off, people wouldn't notice.
Yes, Gaz. So right. The other thing with getting older, I don't know how your memory is for dates and time. If I didn't have a calendar in front of me, and if people didn't tell me something was happening, it's just in the wind, and it's getting worse the older I'm getting. I don't know if you have that.
I'm with you, man. If it's not on my calendar, I'll forget everything. Remember when you were in school and you used to have to write the date at the top of your essay, and it was a tracker for it's December. It's now the 7th of December. I don't need that anymore. Therefore, I have no real track of time, and that's why when you're older, you say, it was the summer, and now it's December, because you never actually look at the days.
100%. So you were like, you felt the year moving.
Another business idea, an adult advent calendar.
What are you talking about? Like a screwdriver in one? There's like you got like
cotton buds, mouthwash.
When you're in your 30s, you actually find things interesting that it's embarrassing that you're interested. You'll walk into someone's house and go, I really love those tiles in the bathroom, by the way. And is that floor heating? Like, my feet felt great, man. And then you get into a conversation about it, and you have to snap out of it and go, God, we're boring old geezers now. So if the advent calendar had practical things, I'm sure we'd all be like over the moon.
Stapler. What else could you
face mask?
Face mask.
Face mask would be great. Vitamins. Yeah.
AK-47 Kalashnikov. What else? A
Nintendo 64 and a copy of GoldenEye.
There you go.
One of those Apple AirTags, so you don't lose your keys.
Great shout.
That would be very handy.
That's the kind of stuff we need, because we're losing our
Maybe
marbles.
it's like an advent calendar that it lasts for 30 years. So every year you open it up, there's a different thing in it. Like, so in your early 20s, it's a shot glass,
Cans.
but in your like late 30s, it's the face mask and the air tag.
What is it in your 50s? We don't know yet, I guess.
Insoles.
Yet to be
There'll
written.
be soft insoles to keep your heels
Soft,
comfortable.
grippy shoes.
Oh, a knee support. You know those little elastic knee
brace.
supports? Yeah, perfect.
At what age, Tomo, then would you recommend we put
Back shaver.
Like the back shaver and the ear trimmer?
Well, for me, you could probably do late 20s, but for my calendar, that'll need to be like 27. But for most people, 72. We'll flip
Hair
the numbers.
dye. I could have done with the hair dye when I was 18. Very early.
Oh, salt and pepper suits you.
The other day I was trying to put my shoe on, and this could just be because I put on I wintered well. Couldn't get down to get the heel. And I'm like,
you need a shoehorn?
You need a shoehorn.
I need a long shoehorn.
A long shoehorn.
You couldn't. So actually,
it was a battle to get the heel sorted, and then I was like lifting my leg up, and my leg was sore, and I was like, "Oh, this is so sad."
I seen it. You know that there's a guy, fitness guy, Athlete X on Instagram. I don't know if you know him, but he had to test I think it was the old man test. He called it. Basically, you had to take your shoes and socks off on one foot without using anything to stabilize yourself, and then take your shoes off, socks off on the other foot, and you can never step on the ground. You get me? So you have to balance while you take one off.
On one foot while do it.
Yes, exactly. While you take off. And if you can do it, then, you're... And I got it, but not drunk. I thought it'd be a great thing to try after a few pints in the pub. We could get up and see who can do it. Try do it now for the Instagram, all of us. step back and see if we can do it.
I'll hurt myself. I'm having bad luck at the moment.
Gaz, it's for the podcast. Hurt yourself for the podcast. It'd be great.
Is there anything else we put in that advent calendar?
Herbal teas. Just, I think everyone gets into it. Start to enjoy it now.
Yes.
Chamomile, right?
An eye mask. An eye mask would be great.
A book of excuses for not meeting your friends after you've committed to them.
Ideal.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know when you're sitting there and you're like, that was such a good idea 3 weeks ago, and you're on the couch and it's raining and you're like, oh fuck, and you just open this magical book of excuses.
That was a bit of crack. Hope you all enjoyed it. It was a nice little chat this week. I'll see you next week, lads, I guess. If there's any more questions, suggestions, comments from our listeners, please get in touch. snuglifepodcast@gmail.com and on Instagram @snuglifepodcast. I think that's it. All right, fuck off. I'll see you later.
Like, subscribe, follow.
All the best, boys. Have a good one.
Catch you later, lads.
Welcome to the evening news. I'm your host, Michael McNicholson.
And I'm John Johnson.
Tonight, residents in Ireland across the nation batten down hatches as Storm Magellan Maguire is coming in from the west.
Carlo woman, now an overnight millionaire after Nigerian prince writes back.
Local man trapped completely engulfed in gelatine while welders work tirelessly in a race against time.
The former president of Ireland has opened a bakery in Navan and is calling for an embargo on shite British bread.
Confusion in hardware shop as man accidentally glued to non-stick pan.
Everything is still fucked.
The sun will eventually overheat and expand, destroying everything in the solar system and our galaxy.